Up next, we've got Doom the Dark Ages, which now has gameplay sizzle. That's what they're actually calling this video. Gameplay sizzle. Now, for those who don't know my history with the Doom series, I love Doom 1 and 2 back on the PC. Doom 3, I actually liked as well, even though a lot of people didn't. Okay? I really liked Doom 2016 because Doom 2016 took the classic formula but translated it to a modern era. But then there was the last Doom, okay? Doom Eternal. I didn't like Doom Eternal, and here's why. The game basically, in my opinion, got downgraded. Instead of it being about interesting story and gameplay elements that were a mishmash of retro and modern, Doom Eternal became adrenaline junkie crap. It just became kill a bunch of enemies to charge up this meter, kill a bunch of enemies to charge up this meter, use the ability you charged up to kill a bunch of enemies to charge up the next meter, then do this. And remember, it was like, what was it? Health, armor, and something else, rage. There's like 3 meters you have to constantly fill. And the entire game became about just constantly moving and being this twitchy adrenaline shooter instead of it being what I felt was the roots of Doom. Listen, Doom always was about surviving against insurmountable odds, but it wasn't about a rock, paper, scissors, junkie fetish, kind of deal. And I didn't like what they did with it. I thought that Doom 2016 was actually way better than Doom Eternal, okay? So now, this next one, all right? This next one, I got a question, because when you see it, first of all, I don't like the idea that the Marine, the Space Marine, somehow was an alternate timeline superhero who was going through space and time, killing demons and angels. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you so stupid? Why do you have to take the most simple idea? All right, here's the simplicity of Doom. Oops, scientists and nerds stepped too far. Kind of like Jurassic Park, right? They made a park full of dinosaurs. Well, oops, they accidentally went too far and opened interdimensional rifts, and now these demons are invading our planet, right? So someone's got to do something about it, and it sure as hell is not going to be the nerds and the scientists that are fucking everything up. It's got to be someone who's a badass. So the Space Marine says, fuck all this shit, takes his helmet, puts it on, and proceeds to slaughter entire armies of enemies. It's amazing. It's a timeless story. the voiceless protagonist going crazy, killing all the enemies against insurmountable odds, right? Why do we have to now turn it into this insane, like, fanboyist, weird internet lore of how he was some kind of a space hero god that went through time and space, killing the angels and demons? No. The simple was better. Your new modern take on what the Doom lore is bad. It's crap. It sounds like a teenager was writing a comic book. It's shitty. And it really is pathetic that people like this. I don't like this modern shit. Okay? So let's see what happens. Okay? Let's see what happens, but let's take a look at this and see what I think. Here we go. It's awful. It's terrible. I can't stand it. I'm just kidding. Here we go. That's better. I like that. I like the beheading with the shield. That's a cool animation.
All the power of hell, cowering level 1 man.
And that's what makes the plot stupid. He's just supposed to be one man. And if it's like one man who's had enough and is going to go all out to save humanity, that I can get behind. One man who turns into a space god fighting angels and demons and floating around, like, it goes too far. Like, I'll suspend my disbelief to a certain point, but seriously, it's like fanboy bullshit, like fan service writing. That's what I don't like about this. And by the way, isn't this supposed to be a prequel? I hate prequels. because you already know what happened after the prequel. You know the Space Marine cannot die in Doom the Dark Ages because he's in the next game that already happened. You get it? So that's what really pisses me off about this kind of game.
Engines online.
It's not your dad's Doom. Let's just put it that way, all right? It's just not your father's Doom. They took Doom and they wanted to make it something completely different, so they did. And people like what the modern Doom is. This is like, to me, you want to know what this is the equivalent of? And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, what a hot take. The modern Transformers movies versus what Transformers was in the 1980s. I dare you to go watch the original animated Transformers movie and then watch any of these Michael Bay movies, and you tell me what's better. I would be shocked if a single person says the Michael Bay movies are actually better than the original animated movie, because it was so different back then. It had great plot, meaningful characters. It wasn't just adrenaline junkie shit. Now, they've turned everything nostalgic into modern adrenaline junkie shit. And that's what this looks like to me. Like, oh my God, he's in a mech now. Oh, he's chopping your head off with the shield. If they just kept going after Doom 2016 and continued with that plot and didn't go insane with it, I think it would have been much better. But maybe I'm just from a different time, right? Maybe it's time for me to admit that a lot of things from my youth, they're not popular anymore. Because I love classic Doom. And I don't think we're ever going to get another game that's like classic Doom. Like, this game could be a 20-hour, adrenaline-fueled, zany set-piece thrill ride, and it could be good, but then why call it Doom? Why can't they just, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not just call it something else, right?